doing a video games ramble here today. Figured do it with the games behind me, or most of them. I can get into view there. And some Blu-rays. Just gonna ramble about a bunch of stuff. I was asked a little while back, starting off, a couple of things about the video game awards, and I said I'd do my next video games ramble, and I think it's taken this long for me to do video games ramble. I only watched I ended up watching a little bit of it a little while after I got that comment, and I can't even remember the stuff I saw. I think that Expedition 33, right, won Game of the Year. Did that win Game of the Year? Truthfully, I don't care about the Game Awards. I don't even care about seeing like new trailers most of the time anymore. Like, especially as they air. Back in the day, I liked it. You know, man, they would go, E3 was a thing still. And all the companies were there, all the gaming outlets would go. The GameSpot, IGN, GameSpy, Game Informer, whatever else there was back then. And you're seeing trailers then and stuff when they watch these shows. That I really liked. The video game awards in general, I whatever, I know people still get worked up over who wins and doesn't win these awards. It's like, whatever, man. I did see they brought out people from, I saw a part where they brought out people from the Street Fighter movie that's coming out. They did show some trailers, and I cannot remember any of them. I think there was something new coming from the guy who made Braid and The Witness. I forget his name. Is it Jonathan Blow? Is that him? I can't remember what that was called, but I'm pretty sure that was at that. I didn't watch that elsewhere. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can remember that was trailer-wise. No, I can't remember. That's the thing. I can't, that's how much I was not interested in that. Let me see. Let me see. Come on. I just want to look up, and then I might remember some of these trailers. So I'm going to look up video game award trailers. Video game awards. Every reveal. Let's see that. I don't even remember this. Resident Evil, of course. I'll talk about that in a minute. Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic. Did I like? He's directing. Casey Hudson is directing an Old Republic Star Wars game. I don't remember seeing a trailer on that. That's cool, though. Galactic Racer, I don't remember. Oh, the two Tomb Raider games, that I do remember. I think they're doing a remake or reimagining of the original one, which admittedly I've never played. I've said it a million times, I did not have a PlayStation back then. I probably played some of it when testing it if I picked it up at a garage sale or something, but that looked pretty good. And then there was another one coming out. That was, I guess, a new one. Kind of new story, whatever. That looked pretty cool as well. Those looked pretty cool. I did that. That I do remember. I think that second newer one is almost like a blend maybe of the older Tomb Raiders and those newer ones. Even though they're not that new anymore. When did the last one come out? 2018? Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I like those three games a bit. What I played of the older ones, I did like. I played some of those kind of almost middle ground ones, or middle of the road ones, like Tomb Raider Legend. But that could have been, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know a lot about Tomb Raider, honestly. I played those three newer ones, but they're not new anymore. That I did enjoy quite a bit. But I forgot about that. Catalyst, that's the new one. Oh, Remedy has a sequel to Control. I only played a little bit of Control. A lot of this other stuff I do not remember, though. Yeah, like a lot of this. Wow. Oh, yeah, okay. So it was The Witness. Is his name Jonathan Blow? Yes, it is. That I do remember. Oh, there's a new Lego Batman coming out that looks pretty cool. Legacy of the Dark Knight. Yeah, and a lot of this other stuff I must not have watched. Lords of the Fallen too. Oh, and I saw the Mila Jovovich being a target in the next Hitman thing. I did see that because she came out on stage. Honestly, though, like I'm not in tune with the game scene anymore. Like I'll know when stuff's coming out, but like I used to know like, oh shit, trailers here and there. I was always on top of it. Like I said, the Game Awards never was my thing. You know, if it's something I liked, I'd be like, oh cool, but I never really cared. That's why I think the expedition, is it Claire Obscure or something? Expedition 33. I don't know. That won it. But I typically don't follow the stuff anymore. The trailers, only certain games, like Resident Evil, and somebody asked about, I talked about this in another video. Games I'm excited for, it ain't much. Although I will say those Tomb Raiders seem pretty cool, so I'd maybe add those to the list, but I probably wouldn't buy those day one. Resident Evil Requiem, I'm looking forward to. That's going to be a day one buy. I'm still excited for the new Bond. What is it called? First Light or something? It's like a younger Bond. It's, I guess, his first action, maybe. That looks pretty cool from what I've seen of it. And they've showed a few trailers, I think, for that now. But somebody was telling me in a comment, I believe that got pushed. And I was like, you know what? That's cool. Good. Because then I don't have to worry about buying that immediately. Because I think that would have been coming out maybe that would have been March originally. Is Resident Evil February? Just even far away now. And the Fatal Frame 2 remaster remake. An older game, one of the three that I'm interested in is an older game. I did put a pre-order on that. I don't even know when it's supposed to come out. I did that on Amazon. Just because I was afraid, like, if I don't do it, all of a sudden the pre-order's going to be all scooped up. And then I'm never going to be able to get it. And instead of selling for $50, it's going to be selling for like $90. But this is going to be a shorter video games ramble, admittedly, but I kind of wanted to talk about that briefly. Because, like I said, I didn't watch a ton of it. And some of the stuff I've been playing, which... One of the games right here. Tecmo Super Bowl. That's what I'm going to talk about in a minute as well. A few minutes. Tecmo Super Bowl. I pop this in sometimes to just play a couple of games. I have season going. With the Packers right now, actually. I always look for teams when I play these games that aren't like, back then, the Bills are really good. The 49ers, certain teams were sick. I like to pick those kind of ones. Like I'll play the Lions sometimes. You got Barry, obviously. And they had, I think it was Rodney Pete, and then you had like Herman Moore as one of the receivers. So it was a nice little. They had a good receiver. I like a team that has at least a decent running back and like a decent receiver. But sometimes I like when one of them's great. But I want to use the Packers. They have Favre, Sterling Sharp. I forget who was their back. I think Edgar Bennett was on the team, but he was like the third string. It was it might have actually been John Stevens. But if you look on like Football Reference, he, I think, either got hurt or he was gone. They might have traded him. He might be the starter that year. And they have Reggie White. That would have been his first year, I believe, with the... I'm pretty sure they have Reggie White. That would have been his first year with the Packers. It was like 93, right? Because this did come out. This did come out in 93. I don't know exactly when. Although he would have signed realistically over in free agency, right? And it would have been... That game probably was being made, or they put him in when he signed. Always have fun with Tecmo. The games still hold up. It's like an arcadey flow to it. It keeps stats, seasons. It's just super fun. Another Genesis game. I popped in and played a couple times. The one I picked up, Mercs. I picked this up and I did this in the random pickups. I think I don't know when I ordered it at the end of December, but it came like early January. Probably came like January 2nd or something. But it's fun. It's top down, running gun, like a Bloody Wolf on the TurboGrafx or Akari Warriors, Commando, games like that. Rambo. Some of the Rambo games have that same kind of perspective. They're always just fun. They're tough. This has arcade mode and regular mode. I did have this when I was a kid. And I remember every time I see it, I'm like, yeah, this is a Capcom game. Yeah. But they have two modes, arcade and original version. The original version is this, the console version. And it's hard. It's like, yeah, it's like one life, I think. And that's it. Continue. Is there continues even? I don't even think there are. This didn't have the manual. I didn't care. The arcade version's easier. There's more continues. It's a little more fun. But they're also different areas as well. Like the levels are different too, which is cool. So for a game back then, you're getting a little extra, replayability and stuff, which is always fun. Those two, and I'm still playing Oblivion. Putting good time into it too. I'm under cliches on PS5. If we're friends on PS5, if you've been online, you've seen me. I'm playing. That's what I've been playing the past week. Getting back into it hard and just going with it and really enjoying it and really. I'm saying this and I probably said it out loud when I was playing it. It's like almost a comfort game. You just go into the game world and I'm just playing. Run around, doing quests, maybe just run around finding caves, abandoned mines, the ruins and stuff, and just doing stuff. It's a very comfort and nostalgia, of course, from it. At least from very big nostalgia for me on Oblivion. And it's fun to revisit it. All the bullshit's still there. The glitches, the friggin' NPCs just walking into walls constantly, not following you when you tell them to. Getting stuck somewhere. And the goofy dialogue. But it's still such a fantastic game. And it's you just jump in and you're just like, yes. And for me personally, the Elder Scrolls games do this. Not a lot of even open world, like a Star Wars Outlaws, for example. Even though I liked that game when I played it, I've not played it in a bit. Doesn't have the same feel to me when I jump into the open world as like an Elder Scrolls. Even GTA for me doesn't have that. Even though they're great games, GTA is great games, but only certain games really do it for me. And Elder Scrolls is like the main ones that I could just run around. I get lost in the world more than like any other kind of game. But yeah, I've been playing a ton of that. Again, I think I played like maybe 3-4 hours of it yesterday. If I'm available to, I'll do, at least the past few days, no, maybe not the past few days, but I'll do like a short burst earlier in the day, then at night, I'll do another burst instead of playing 5 hours in a row, because like I've said in the past, I can't handle that anymore. But I have been enjoying that quite a bit. I'll keep playing. I don't know if I'm going to play through and complete it, at least in this time frame right now, but I might take off of it, play something else, maybe play like a Life is Strange double exposure, throw that in or something else on the PS5. But for now, I'm enjoying it still, so I think I'm level 11 now. The last quest I did was it was one of the Knights in the Nine ones. I forgot that Shivering Isles and Knights in the Nine is in here. Well, I have it digitally. I'm like, are included. So I was doing the go to all the shrines thing. And I'm like, oh yeah, let me do this. And I was like, oh wait, after I did it, I was like, that's right. And then you get elevated up and you're talking to the ghost. You're like above Cyrodiil. The end fight in that, you fight above Cyrodiil, is actually really cool. Because I did those on the PS5. Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine. But I was like, oh wait, that's right, Knights of the Nine. And I did another one where I'm with the orc for somebody in, is it Leowin? You had to kill the one dude, and then you collect the bows, and that's like proving you killed more, and they give you money for the bows. That was the last one I did. Something Brugo, was it Black Brugo or something? The dude's name was, he was like a bandit or whatever. And I did the other mission with that same orc where she goes and kills the dude you helped that killed her friend or something. And I did the one Daedric Shrine quest, Sanguine. I don't know how you say it right, if I'm saying it right. Where you have to hit them with the spell, and they're all of a sudden they lose their clothes, the people, and everybody starts going nuts. You got to get the hell out of there because the guards are chasing you. But still having fun with it. It's a good game. It's a great game. I love it. I think I'll always prefer it to Skyrim, even though, like, it's like the Dead Rising thing, right? For me, I've talked about this. The first Dead Rising is my favorite, but it is not the best game in the series. I think Dead Rising 3 is the best game in the series. It does everything right, and it's still a really cool game. I mean, of course, you got Frank West in the first Dead Rising, and he's awesome. He's also in 4 again, and they made Off the Record the second one with him, because I think Chuck Green was the guy in the original Dead Rising. They're all good. Even 4 is good. I like 4, but it's not, in my opinion, nearly as good as the other ones. Especially 3 in the first. But the first just holds a place in my heart. When I first played it, it was just like, holy shit, they're getting all these zombies on screen. It's Dawn of the Dead. Even though on the first run of those games, I don't know if it was throughout the whole run, it would say on the thing, no relation to like Dawn of the Dead or whatever. Has nothing to do with it. It's not the same thing. They would tell you. But I just loved it. Like running around the mall, going into stores, getting different weapons. You couldn't craft weapons in the first one. I would assume in the remake, or the remaster, whatever it is, you can. I don't know for sure. I don't played it. But that was really cool. It just has a place in my heart. And I still enjoyed the gameplay and everything. And the time limit stuff. It was a pain in the ass at first, but it was still a cool mechanic. And it was cool because if you ran out of the time, or you died, you would start over from the beginning, but you were leveled to where you ended. So it was almost like, what do they call that? Like a roguelike, where you go in there, you maintain your abilities, you go back in. I don't know. Is that what they call those? Some games do that. Where you maintain stuff, you go back in there, you're getting stronger as it goes. So that was kind of cool. And you could still, I think, play after. Or maybe did they straight up bomb the place? Maybe you couldn't play forever. I forget. But it's the same thing with Oblivion. Oblivion's not a better overall made game than Skyrim, but I like Oblivion more, I think. It's very close. And Morrowind is incredible as well. Morrowind gets forgotten. You could even say, I mean, the first 2 are different types of games. I have the second one. It was a Daggerfell on my Steam. It was like free. But that, like, I think Daggerfell's the one that's like it's like every province is in there. Hammerfell, Skyrim, Morrowind, Elsewire, is that how you say it? Cyrodiil. The other ones is it Blackmarsh, one of them? There's a bunch of other like provinces there. There's something with a high, right? I think it was the second Daggerfell at a time. Everything, and it was like this game world that was just so insanely huge. But from the 3 I have played fully, and Morrowind was the first I'd played. And for me at the time, it was like, holy shit, this is mind-blowing. Great game. I'd love to see that get a remake. That would be really cool. I mean, if they're not going to make Elder Scrolls 6, remake Morrowind. But anyway. And the other thing I want to talk about real quick here, my collecting purposes, I'm pulling back on the original Xbox. I was looking at the collection. I'm like, I gotta sell some of these. I'm not gonna play them because a lot of those games I have to invest time into, and if I'm gonna invest serious time into games, it's gonna be the PlayStation 5 or even the Xbox One. I want to collect more of the Genesis, Super Nintendo, It's up there. You can't see it. Because those games like Mercs, I can throw in and just play for a little bit. Half hour, I'm done. I don't go back to it for 2 weeks. I play it again a little quick, you know. So I want to collect that. I don't want to get invested into games. I might sell some of the Xbox games, but I might not, and then maybe get back into it further down the line. But anyway, this is just a video games ramble here today, talking about random stuff, and thanks for checking us out.